Hello, good day to you. It's Andy here and the Thailand News special. Now, this story we will all know about because we've been seeing it on various news forums, on the online, in the Thailand forum groups to do with Thailand. It is how we get back in from our quarantine period that we've been excluded, i.e. the COVID-19 thing that's been going on, when Thailand reopens the borders to foreigners. Well, it's very difficult to say, and I'm not going to specify when that will happen. I'm just going to give you a few ideas about the current situation, because I don't think there is any particular agency or news outlet such as Bangkok News or Pattaya Now or any of the other ones, Tiger for example. They've all got different stories and they've all got different requirements that you have to go through. Well, when you want the news, the correct news, then I think that you should go to the Royal Thai Embassy website. This is where it's at, as far as I can tell. I think that they update it quite often. Latest news that we're going to go through, we're going to try and tell you what you need to do if you are one of the groups of people that are allowed back in as of very, very soon, i.e. July, August. Just to say that I am a spouse of a Thai national, so I would qualify as part of one of those groups. The other interesting thing is that I had my ticket booked last December, so I was planning on going on the 1st of August anyway. It's not as if I suddenly booked this ticket. I've been panicking a little bit and worrying that I may get cancelled. If it does get cancelled, then it will ruin a lot of things. However, that's beside the point. The point is that at the moment, as far as I know, Thai Air are going to be flying on the 1st of August from London on the scheduled flight. The only difference that they've done is that they've changed the aircraft to a 777 from an A380. So let's start with the Thai Embassy London website. So this is it. It's very clear that the service is slightly different. Obviously there is a travel ban at the moment. This is likely to change, but we're not sure when. They do reckon that it will be sometime July for the UK. There's a graphic that you can look at, and it says there the 15th of July. Now, I don't know how true that is because this was in the media, so you can't trust everything you read. However, the Thai visa website is very, very clear that the there's an application for a certificate of entry that you need to do. So this is what we need to do. So the various categories of people that will be allowed are diplomats and officials, work permit holders, non-Thai who are going to work in Thailand, family members of Thai nationals, i.e. myself, and those people going for medical treatment. So these are the only people that will be allowed. Now, the problem that we have is that the decision can take up to 2 to 3 weeks, and it's made in Bangkok. So I need to make this application now if I'm planning on going in August. So this is what we need to do. Some of the requirements are quite difficult. Now, I'm going to skip through this because I'm not a diplomat. I don't have a work permit. I'm not going to work in Thailand. and this is the family members of Thai nationals. This is the important part. So, spouses and children of Thai nationals can apply for a certificate of entry. So this must be submitted to this email address, csinfo, which I shall be doing. It needs a statement of your purpose and urgent need to go to Thailand, obviously to see my wife. We haven't seen each other for nearly a year. Your passport copies, that's good, and your spouse's passport copy. Well, I can do both of those. A copy of the marriage certificate, yeah, I can do that. Copy of my air ticket, yes, I can do that. Now, the COVID-free health certificate, this is something that we'll come back to. Fit to fly health certificate, I'm not sure what that is. But if it's a visit to the doctors, then maybe, I don't know. Copy of the health insurance policy which covers COVID. No less than $100,000. We'll come on to that in a moment. Hotel booking for the ASQ at the Quarantine Hotel. This is something we'll have a look at in a moment. Other supporting documents, if you own a property in Thailand, and declaration form. So that's what you need to do, and all of this is going to be that you need if you have to apply for a new visa. Obviously, we can get a visa on arrival, i.e. visa exemption. We can get that, but I probably would say that you probably be safer to apply for it and actually pay for a 25 quid visa, which will allow you up to 60 days entry rather than the usual 30. Obviously, with the visa waiver, you can get an extension, but obviously that's not that's difficult to do. I say difficult, it's just inconvenient. So there are some other things that you need to do. Now, this is what you do at check-in and upon arrival in Thailand. I don't know why you need to do both, because you'll be on the plane for 12 hours and nothing's going to be different. However, rules are rules. So it's a certificate of entry which you get from them, declaration form with the updated flight information, a fit to fly certificate. Now, the problem with this is it has to be done within 72 hours of departure. So that is going to be difficult. You have to get a doctor's appointment, I presume. Medical certificate, which is the COVID-19 test. And that's got to be done within 72 hours as well. There is no good booking that now. Copy of your insurance policy, which covers you for 100,000 US dollars. That's no problem whatsoever. And a copy of your confirmed booking at the Quarantine Hotel. Yeah. Now, we'll show you that in a moment. And a T8 form. I don't know what a T8 form is. T8 form is in Thai. Oh, wait a minute, there is some English. So this is aircraft flight number. This is basically what you would fill in if you were on the aircraft. Same sort of thing as the aircraft version. Except that it's got some health questions there. So it's saying, have you had diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, headache or sore throat? Any of those health conditions. So it's basically a health questionnaire. T8. Right. Okay. There's some information there about medical treatment in Thailand. This is for if you're going there for. It's basically the same thing that you need to have, all of the same information. So the only one applies to me. The only one part that applies to me is this one for family members of Thai nationals. Okay, right. Let's have a look. So we have the story which you've probably seen, This is a story of the end in sight, maybe, for separation of Thai Farang families. This was issued on May 28th, so a long time ago in terms of mainstream news. But you've probably seen this story. It's not very useful in the fact that things have changed since then. But let's have a look. So one of the requirements is the hotel. So this is the approved list of hotels that you have to book and stay at for 14 days, and they are all in Bangkok, unfortunately. Not much good to me. And they are also fairly expensive. So this is price for 14 days. I think the cheapest one there is 28,500. I would pay that for my whole month trip. That would be my cost of my hotel room for my whole trip. So I'm paying that for 2 weeks if I stayed there, presuming that they have any rooms available, of course, because it's 61 rooms. So the Facebook page, let's have a look at that. This is the Kin Hotel Bangkok. Alternative State Quarantine Hotel. It's a budget hotel. So this is a budget hotel. Nice food. Nice room. Quite nice. Still open as usual. Obviously they must be making some money about this. So room with breakfast starts at 1,100. That's probably double the amount I pay in Khon Kaen. Obviously bearing in mind that you're here for 14 days. So the problem is that you won't be allowed out. This is, I don't know exactly where this is in relation to the airport. Now the airport's there. It's not very far away from the airport. And of course you can pay it upwards of, that's quite an expensive hotel on the river. Superior room, 35,000. You know, the problem is that these are quite expensive ones. I mean, who's going to pay 144,000 baht for 14 days? Not me. So I'm limited on hotels that I can book. Second choice would be that one. Alternative State Quarantine Hotel and Hospital. Government allowed 2 persons staying in one room. And the reply, only 1 person per room. However, that probably doesn't apply to wives. So the other thing that you need to look at is this COVID health certificate that you're probably going to have to get. Bearing in mind you've got to do it within 72 hours of leaving. I've just seen a problem with that. That if you require documents before you go, it said here somewhere that it takes about 2 to 3 weeks. You're not going to have the certificate, are you? Because that doesn't make sense. Right, okay, well, we'll come on to that because that really doesn't make sense. Anyway, let's have a look. So, a quick look at get a free test for coronavirus now. So, If you have symptoms, which I don't, and I probably already had it because I had it symptoms a few weeks ago, so I'm probably okay. Get a free test. Okay. Sometimes people without symptoms can have the test too. It's an antigen test, which is probably what I would have to have. Unfortunately, the antibody test to see if you've already had it is not widely available. It tells you what it is and it tells you the difference between the two, but there is nothing there to tell you how you get it. What a test involves, it's a swab. Now there's two ways of getting the test. You can book an appointment at a drive-through or walk-in, or you can ask for a home test kit. Okay, so then you need to do it within the next 48 hours, and you'll be told how to do this. So you've got to shove it up your nose and back of your throat, which doesn't sound very appealing to me. You need to get it done within the first 5 days of symptoms. Well, I haven't got any. But the problem is that if you don't have symptoms, you can't get the test. Get a coronavirus test. I can book it there, I presume. Some people can get a priority test. If you're an essential worker, you are asking for tests for residents or staff of your care home. You have a verification code from your employer. Yes, lots of hoops to go through, and I've seen, while I was going through that, I've just seen a few issues. One of which is how do you apply for the entry certificate by sending off all your information when you don't have the COVID-19 test, and you can't do it early. You have to wait for up to 72 hours before you go, and it then takes 2 to 3 weeks to come through. Yes. And of course, the other issue is that you have to show your documents before you go. Presume at Heathrow Airport check-in, but also the other end. Even though you've shown them once, you have to show them again. And when you leave the airport, you have to go to your hotel directly. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200 mark, because I believe everything you have to pay for yourself. So transportation, you have to go there directly, and of course you have to show your hotel booking as well. And I presume that they want the money up front. You're not going to be able to book a hotel room without paying for it. So, yeah. So even if you decided that you were going to book your hotel and then not go to it, say, sod it, I'm off to wherever, you paid out that money. Would they track and trace you? I presume they would, because they've got all your documents, details, and they know where you are, or they know where you're likely to be. And of course, when you try to leave the country on the way out, you could have problems, major problems. So I think that this is going to be a challenge. I want to go because I love to see my wife in person, and of course I have to do a very important task when I'm there. I have to, and I'm quite happy to do the 14 days, and then I have 2 more weeks to go to Ken to actually renew my driving license, because if I don't do it, I'm going to be in serious bother. And that's the main reason why I want to go. So if I don't go in August, then my driving license will be expired, and I will have to go through everything again that I went through to get it in the first place. And I just remember what she said to me, that don't let it expire. So I really don't want to let it expire. Anyway, that's beside the point. That's a different story. I hope that some of this has been useful for you. Obviously, hopefully soon we will know for sure. And of course, we're already in July now, and of course it's getting very close to the deadline. Of course, I can get a refund on my airfare, so it's not a problem. I have spoken to my insurance company today, and they said that I have actually got 20 million cover for slightly more than 100,000 US dollars. So 20 million cover, and it does cover me for COVID health care. So tick number one. And of course I am going to be renewing it within the next couple of weeks. So I will be covered for that, and I will also be covered because I booked my ticket last year. I will be covered for that as well in case I don't go. I will get my money back. So either way, whether I go or stay, it's not a problem. I hope that this video has been helpful for you. And of course, everything I've said is fact checked. So there's no hearsay, there's no making it up. This is basically the dog's bollocks. And I'll catch you later. Bye for now.